Imagine struggling to survive, barely affording your own life, and still giving away your last $100 to a stranger. Sounds impossible, right? But one waitress did exactly that, and what happened next changed her life forever. What would you do if you only had a few dollars left and someone needed help more than you? Walk away or give everything? This is the story of a woman who chose kindness, and the world responded in a way no one expected. They came into a restaurant with almost no money, too ashamed to even look at the menu. But what the waitress did for them that day turned $100 into something worth over $100,000. She was broke. She needed money. She was saving for survival. But she still gave away $100. Days later, her life completely changed. Sarah had been working double shifts for the past 3 months. Not because she wanted to, but because she had to. The small roadside restaurant where she worked wasn't anything special. Old red booths, slightly torn at the edges, a door that squeaked every time someone walked in, and the smell of coffee always in the air. It was simple, predictable, safe. Truck drivers came early in the morning, office workers rushed in during lunch, families filled the place by evening. Sarah knew most of them by name. She smiled, she served, she listened. But behind that smile, life wasn't easy. At 27, she was fighting a quiet battle. Bills, rent, groceries, and the constant fear of not having enough. Her paycheck barely covered the basics. Tips helped, sometimes, but some days, they were almost nothing. And at home, there was a washing machine. Old, loud, unreliable. It shook violently, stopped mid-cycle, and sometimes forced her to wash clothes by hand. It wasn't just frustrating, it was exhausting. For nearly a year, she had been saving every extra dollar, dreaming of one thing: a new automatic washing machine. Not a luxury, a necessity. She had done the math. Just 3 more months, and she could finally afford it. That hope kept her going. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon. The restaurant wasn't busy. That's when they walked in. A couple. Nothing unusual at first glance, but something felt different. They moved slowly, hesitantly, like they weren't sure if they belonged there. The man looked tired, shoulders heavy, eyes distant. The woman held her purse tightly, almost like it was the only thing she had. Sarah walked up to them, smiling. "Hi, welcome in. I'll be taking care of you." They smiled back, but it wasn't a happy smile. It was polite, careful. She handed them the menu. Before they even opened it, the man spoke. Softly. "Can you help us?" Sarah nodded. "Of course." He hesitated, looked at the woman, then back at Sarah. "We're a little tight on money right now. Could you recommend the cheapest dishes?" And in that moment, everything slowed down. There was no pride in his voice, no complaint, just honesty and quiet desperation. Sarah looked at them closely. The woman avoided eye contact. The man forced a small smile. And without them saying anything else, she understood everything. Something shifted inside her. She thought about her own life, her struggles, her savings, that washing machine, that dream just 3 months away. And then she thought, what if I was sitting there? What if I needed help, but couldn't ask? And just like that, she made a decision. Don't worry, she said gently. I've got something for you. She recommended 2 meals, not the cheapest ones, but warm, filling, comforting meals, the kind that makes you feel okay again. They agreed instantly, trusting her. As she walked away, her heart started beating faster, because deep down, she already knew what she was going to do. The act of kindness. The food arrived. Hot, fresh, simple, but satisfying. At first, they ate slowly, carefully, almost like they were trying to make it last. But then, hunger took over. They finished everything. Not a single bite left. Sarah watched from a distance. She noticed something small, but powerful. The woman smiled, just a little. The man leaned back, relaxed for the first time. And that was enough. When they asked for the bill, Sarah nodded, walked to the counter. But instead of printing the receipt, she picked up a small piece of paper, paused, took a deep breath, and wrote, I paid your bill from my personal account as a gift. This is a $100 gift from me. It's the least I can do. Thank you for coming. Sincerely, Sarah. Her hands trembled slightly. Because that $100 was not extra money. It was her savings, her future, her washing machine. She placed the note on the table, walked away. The couple opened it. Silence. Then, shock. Is this real? The man asked. Sarah smiled softly. Yes. The woman's eyes filled with tears. You didn't have to do this. I know, Sarah said. But I wanted to. They couldn't find the words. And sometimes, that says everything. Before leaving, the man shook her hand, held it just a little longer. Thank you, he said. You have no idea what this means. But Sarah did. She knew exactly what it meant, because she had felt it before. That night, she sat on her bed, opened her savings box, and saw it, the missing $100. Reality hit. That was a lot of money. Her goal, now further away. But something surprising happened. She didn't feel regret. She felt peace. The next day, a friend found out and reacted instantly. That was stupid. You can't even afford your own life. Why would you give money away? Sarah didn't argue, but the words stayed. For a moment, she questioned herself. Was I wrong? Then her phone rang. Her mother. Sarah, what have you done? Her heart dropped. I didn't do anything. Her mother paused, then said softly, I'm proud of you. Your story is everywhere. People are sharing it. Everywhere. Sarah opened her phone. Notifications exploded. Messages, shares, comments. Her note was everywhere. This restored my faith in humanity. We need more people like her. God bless her. She couldn't believe it. The next day, she was on national television. Bright lights, cameras, applause. "Why did you do it?" the host asked. Sarah smiled. "Because I could." Silence filled the room. And then, a surprise. A brand new washing machine. A television, $10,000 cash. A $5,000 gift card. More gifts followed. More support. Total value, over $100,000. All from one decision. Days later, she stood in her apartment, watching her new washing machine run smoothly. No noise, no struggle, just ease. And she thought back to that moment, that $100. It wasn't a loss. It was something else. An investment. Not in money, but in humanity. Because real kindness isn't about giving what you don't need. It's about giving when it costs you something. And sometimes, that's what changes everything. If this story touched your heart, take a moment today to do something kind for someone. You never know how far one small act can go. And if you believe the world needs more stories like this, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs inspiration, and comment below, what would you have done in Sarah's place? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon, because we bring you powerful real-life stories that remind us what it truly means to be human. I'll see you in the next story.